Hi everyone. So I'm back as promised. I think it's been 2 weeks. It might not have been 2 weeks. I was getting tired of the braids and I missed my hair. So I took them out and I want you to see exactly how my locks are looking after I've kept them in, I want to say 6 weeks, but honestly, I don't know. I know I've done 3 different sets of braids. Each set of braids I've left in for about 2 weeks. So I want to say 6 weeks, um, but I could be wrong. Okay. So this is what we're looking like. Now some of these have less new growth because around my edges I did retwist. What is that? That must be a dry spot or something. So around my edges, I did retwist them up. They haven't really married, but that's only because I have not left these locks, the braids on top of my locks longer than 2 weeks. And then I take each braid out and then, separate my locks. And if I'm concerned for any reason, I wouldn't have continued. So far, I want to say I've been pleased with how, I don't want to say little damage, but the effect of this on my locks underneath. And I will show you. I'll try to get up close so you can see. I'm not encouraging anyone to do this. It's like I said, this is for my own personal benefit because I still love my braids and I love my locks. And I love the fact that I can combine them. So you see, I just took that one out. It's been about 2 weeks. And you can see there is, some dirt there. And you do have to separate them. So yeah, there's dirt. That's going to, that's going to happen. I noticed more dirt in the front than the back, but then maybe that's because I can't really see the back. So I did, if I see the dirt, I just brush that out. But you can see, I don't know, I can't see. I'll try to keep my fingers out the way, but you can see the amount of new growth. So basically all the natural brown of my hair is all the new growth, because pretty much immediately after I got my locks done, I did put braids on top of them. I left them out for about maybe 2 weeks, and then I wanted to change. So hopefully you can see that. I can't see what you're seeing. But so far, that's what they're looking like. I still have the parts. The parts are still there. I would not leave my braids in longer than 2 weeks. I wouldn't leave the braids on top of my locks longer than 2 weeks. I feel like 2 weeks was good enough for me to get the break that I needed, the change that I needed, and then to come back and examine my hair. See how much new growth is there versus some of the sides. Let's see, it can zoom in. Because some of these sides I was getting nervous with and I interlocked them because I didn't want problems. So that's my hair. It is a little dusty. How does it feel? It doesn't feel bad. It doesn't really feel crunchy. It does feel dry, but not horribly dry. I was going to retwist these myself, but there are parts where there's a lot of new growth. Like there's some that I haven't, when I put my other set of braids in, I didn't interlock. So some parts of my hair need a lot of, maintenance. And then there's some areas that hardly need any. And for that reason, I am going to see someone and have someone else do it. In the meantime, one second. Okay. In the meantime, I have decided that I'm going to do the high lift color. So in order to get this color, I bleached my hair numerous times. If you see my other videos, some of the videos I deleted because I had actually a meltdown during one bleaching, and I didn't want everybody seeing that because it was a pretty big one. But for the most part, I did bleach my hair to get this color, and I just don't want to continue bleaching it because it does damage your hair. So I'm deciding to do the high lift. High lift, from my understanding, I'm not a professional, is less damaging. So I got this is Honey Blonde. It is H16 if you can't see it there. And I picked up 30 of the developer. And then I am going to wash my hair with the Pure Castile soap. I'm not using Browners because they've changed companies, and from my understanding, the new version sucks, and I don't want to use that one, so I'm using this one. It's yellow because it smells like lemon. And then I'll follow it up with a moisturizing shampoo because I don't want my hair to be dry and crunchy. And then I do have a leave-in conditioner of the Design Essentials that I'm going to use, but I don't have it right here. And then my hair is going to be fresh from my retwist tomorrow. I'm just going to probably bring some aloe vera and water for her to mist my hair, and then retighten my hair. So I'm going to be washing it at home because I want to do this. All right, so from my understanding, 1 tube of this and 2.5 ounces of this, which converted is 1/3 of a cup. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start off with my roots and let my roots marinate. And then because this lifts and deposits, then I'll put it on the rest of my already lightened hair. But I want to do my roots first and make sure that my roots are done. And then I'll put it on the back and see how it looks. I was going to do a tester, but you know, I'm not going to. I'm just going to go for it, and how it turns out is how it's going to turn out. I was going to. I changed my mind. I was like, you know what you should do so you don't have another meltdown with a mistake is like try it out first. Even my daughter said that. She's like, you should probably do a tester, which you should do. But sometimes I'm impulsive. And this is going to be one of my impulsive, intrusive thoughts. Actually, this was thought about. I'm not even going to lie. I knew I was going to relighten my hair. I was really going to wait until spring to do it and like just keep the dark roots. But then I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock and said, since I'm going to be getting my hair done professionally, which is a treat for me because I've got so many bills coming up that coming up with the money to get my hair redone is not going to be an every month thing. It's probably going to be like maybe every 6 months I'll be able to get it professionally done. I want to do the color. So I'm just mixing it. I got paper, plastic, because it's just easier. And I'm just going to mix this up and go for it. So I did the measurements. I looked at it online because the wording on this is like so tiny. Like you have to have young eyes for this, and I have old people eyes, and I had to Google what to do. I got 2 tubes, but I don't think I'm going to use 2 tubes, but better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So according to Google University, 2.5 ounces is 1/3 cup. And this looks like porridge. And I think I'm good with this. Now, did I section my hair? Nope. got these. Oh, not that one because that's a rubber band. I know how that got in there. And I'm just going to go for it. I think I want to start from the back. First, I have a three-way mirror here, and I have you there. And I'm probably going to be pausing this video throughout because otherwise it's going to be like super long. And I don't know what's up with this. This is what I got. And I'm just going to go for it. Oh, I have no timer. Have a timer. Let's set a timer. I will use my son's tablet. Clock, and let's do a stopwatch, and let's just start to see what's going on. Does it say how long to leave it in? I'm gonna leave it in till I get the color that I want, and then I'll take it out. I'm really doing this blind. Actually, I got the other mirror over here. The main thing, from my understanding, is saturation. And because my hair is still like, I want to say so evenly separated, I feel like I should be able to not have too many mistakes in here. But we'll see. I know I got enough product and I've got the time. I'm not rushing. I don't know how long you're supposed to leave it in. That part I didn't look up. But I'll leave it in till till it lightens up to the color that I want it to lighten up at. In my head, this is already going differently than how I pictured it. And I've gone through this numerous times in my head. And I can already feel like this is going to be different. And I'm not wearing gloves because I want to move this around. Because my hair is micro locked, I really kind of want to move it around with my fingers. And really the middle part of my hair is the thickest. So I want to get most of the product in the middle. I could be putting on some Mr. Ballin or some raindrop music. So I went to Sally's and the one girl said you should use 40 on your roots and then 30 for the rest of your hair. But I think 40 is overkill. Plus, when I've been watching the videos of women of color doing it, no one's picked up 40. I don't think I've seen any woman pick up 40. And I'm not going to trust what some random person at Sally's has to say. I appreciate the input, but I'm just not feeling the 40. If the 30 doesn't work this time, then maybe like in 6 months I'll do the 40, but I really feel like 30 should be okay. Because I don't need it. I'm not trying to be blonde. Like I went really light. I deleted that video. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. I went really blonde, and blonde is not for everybody. Let me tell you, it looked so bad on me. Oh my gosh. I cried. I cried so bad when that color came out. If you, what I should have did was I should have got like a really, really blonde wig and wore that around to see if just because it was lighter doesn't mean it was better, and to see how that like blonde would have looked on me, because I would have, once I would have put that wig on, I would have been like, oh no, that's too light. But I didn't, and I colored my hair, and I'm grateful that all my hair didn't fall out. I didn't delete the video because my hair fell out. I deleted it because I really had a snotty nosed video. I was bawling my butt off, and I had to delete that. Like when I went back and watched it, my daughter was like, please take that down. So I had to take it down. So if you saw that video before I was able to unpost it, understand that that was a very weak point for me, a weak point in my life. Plus, I had a bottle of wine, and drinking after you've messed up your hair is not something people should see. That's something that should stay behind closed doors. And I don't know who's watching these videos, and if I see them out in real life, I don't want to be like, sorry about that. It was just embarrassing. Yeah, that was not an educational video right there. That was embarrassing. Mistakes were made. So far, according to my son's timer, unless it stopped, his tablet always cuts off. Always like goes in this rest. You want to know why? Because it wasn't even charged. So I have no idea how long this has already been in at all. I have no timer except for what's on my phone. Oh well. Like I said, once I see it lightening up to the desired look, I will go back and I'll go back and bring it down, because the high lift lightens and deposits color. So far that's what it's looking like. I apologize if you can't really get a close-up of what I'm doing, but you're just gonna have to trust me on this. And I do see a difference. So now that I feel like I've gotten that part, I'm going to go to the top of my head. And I was thinking about doing, actually I want to start with the front now. But because your ends, are thinner than the rest, I wasn't really, guess I probably could have waited to do the edges, because I know they're going to lift faster. According to some stylists also, when you bleach your hair or lighten your hair, whatever you want to call this, you shouldn't wait too long. And I'm kind of seeing, I feel like this is just enough new growth to lighten without it being overburdensome. Does that make sense? I don't feel overwhelmed right now. I feel like I'm making good progress. Now the back of this, oh, I can see if I use that mirror. trying to do sections. I do be watching Hair Buddha, and he's always sections, sections, sections. And because my hair is recently, like I said, recently braided, I am getting really, my hair is separating very easily. I feel like I'm doing a good job. We'll see. We shall see. I also think that one tube is enough. It might be enough. It should be enough. I don't know. From my whole head, I know it's enough for my roots. From my whole head, I don't know. Because I do want to bring it down. I wonder how much damage that's going to do in the long run, but this video is just going to be long. Oh well. There's like 9 people watching this video. Thank you for watching. I'm not getting paid by YouTube. I'm not trying to look for sponsorships. That's not what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for myself. But if I'm able to entertain you and not embarrass myself, I'm happy. Also, I like the fact that I'm doing this now before the retwist, because once the retwist happens with the locks, especially the interlocking, and I'm going to get the 4-point rotation done, I feel like it's going to be harder for the bleach to get through once your hair is locked. And for people that don't know what I'm talking about, once my hair is like matted or knotted up, it's going to be hard for that bleach to seep through the knots. So that's why, another reason why I'm doing it now while I have so much loose new growth. So hopefully the color will take throughout my hair. I don't know. Should I do the rest of my hair? And I think if I was going to do the rest of my hair, this is so far what I'm looking like. Can you see that without me wasting it? You're going to have to trust me. It's not that much. All right. That's as close as you're going to get. You don't need to see all that. It's not that serious. I will probably have to use the other tube. But I'm probably going to pause this video and check in the mirror and see how my hair is coming, and then come back and mix more, or get the spots that I haven't gotten yet. But yeah, I just didn't want to bleach it anymore. Like, I want the color without the damage. And I'm not saying that this isn't damaging my hair. I'm just saying that from my understanding, it's less damage. And honestly, with my locks, I just want them to get a nice shoulder length, and I'll probably keep them at shoulder length. I see ladies with hair locks down their back, and it's beautiful, but that's really not what I'm going for. But then again, when I wear my braids, I always wear my braids down my back, so maybe I should just be quiet on that. I feel like I've gotten everything. It's going to be a long video, guys. So how long has this been in? 15-ish minutes. And I will put my head down, and hopefully you can see. If there's any changing done. I'm hoping you can see this, because I'm not going to be able to redo this video. I'm just going to trust that you'll be able to see that. And don't mind my fingers. I'm going to school for kind of hands-on class, and artificial nails just are not working. And as I mentioned before, I do have a bad habit. I'm going through a lot of anxiety right now, and I am biting my nails, and I just do not feel the need to put artificial nails on right now. So that's what we're looking like. So far. I'm going to pause this and look in the mirror in the bathroom and see what I think. Okay, so I like the way it looks. There are, I noticed a few spots back here that I probably could have gotten a little bit better. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to, I'm just going to pull this down. I'm not going to open up a whole nother tube. I don't think I need a whole nother tube. Now, I do hope that this does not undamage or undo my locks. Really, that would be sad. And I think, judging by the color, I might leave it in like another 5 minutes. You can still see it's darker here. This doesn't. I know some of my locks are probably going to become undone, but man, I hope it's not a lot, man. And then the banding, like, how am I going to rinse this out? My hair is so short. I don't know how I'm going to band it. I know my roots are not as light as I want them to be right now. So I'm going to pause this again and let my hair sit for about 5 minutes.